Greetings, salutations, and good morning, sports fans. It is The Drive on the Fan Sports Network on a Thursday. Not any Thursday, a Thursday for you. Coming out of the Findlay Hyundai Studios. Devin Dixon, Paulie Ratliff, T.A., Tara Atkin. We are live. 99.5, 95.3 St. George, 93.1. Good morning up in Iron County, 1400 Parowan, and, of course, HD3 99.9 as well as our mobile app and streaming the show on YouTube. And boy, oh boy, we have the best series in hockey. St. George is smack dab in the middle between Salt Lake and Las Vegas. And what I have fondly tabbed as the feud on 15 has been SUU versus Utah Tech. Now, I know it's the battle for the axe is the official trophy name of the game, but I like the feud on 15, and I feel like we're getting another feud on 15 right now as not one, but two overtimes last night. Paulie, you were at the Fortress.
Yes.
You were at game 3 in Salt Lake. Tara, you were at game 3 in Salt Lake.
Yep.
Then you were at game 4 as well in Salt Lake. And then, Paulie, you were down last night covering the game 5 last night. I'm feeling left out right now.
There you go, buddy.
Tara's got the lead with 2 postseason. Yeah, but why wouldn't you want to go? I had a big group of buddies that went down. You were down there last night covering the game. Like, everybody's excited about this. Before the puck dropped last night, my text line was blowing up. I got to the soccer fields in Salt Lake about an hour and a half early. And I'm sitting there prepping for the high school baseball reveal show. And we'll talk about that a little bit later in the show. And I keep getting, hashtag Go Knights Go, hashtag Tuss Up, hashtag. One buddy sent me a picture of him and his son from the stand. I mean, I was just getting a lot of texts before the game. People were fired up about Knights Mammoth Game 5 last night.
Yeah, I bet.
And what was the word of the day yesterday? Pivotal. It was pivotal. Everybody wants Game 5, and both teams clearly wanted this game so bad last night.
Absolutely. Both teams were fighting tooth and nail for this one. The board battles, the loose puck scrambles, just a lot of the stuff shows you that this series is getting towards the end. And it's time to win. It's time to cement your positioning to try and get forward to the next round. And the Knights, take the next step. I mean, this was really, like you said, pivotal, the swing game, whatever you want to call it, because now they have the driver's seat. They've got Game 7 at home where they just won in overtime. So, it was a crazy scene last night as far as the Toshiba Plaza before the game. It was packed, people everywhere. Mammoth jerseys, Knights jerseys, people intermingling and stuff. And it was just like you could tell that we were due for a good game. There was energy in the air, as I would say.
Now it was there didn't seem to be as many Knights fans at the Delta Center as there did Mammoth fans at T-Mobile. Is that a fair assumption? You've been to both. You're the only one in the room that's been to two different venues in this postseason.
I would say that the Knights fans did really good getting the tickets last night. There was not a lot of sky blue out of there. I didn't see as many Mammoth sweaters. And so I think that the Knights fans kind of locked it in for Game 5. They kind of understood the job at hand, that they need to have a real home ice advantage for this one. And they did a good job all the way through the first overtime. And then there were a few empty seats. I think we got a video of it on Twitter. Cole Bagley from KSL Sports took a video of the stands, and this will kind of shock you. I mean, we got it up there, buddy. I mean, it's
it's Vegas.
I know, but this is Game 5.
Yeah, but it's midnight.
That is a lot of empty seats. That's embarrassing.
People, wait a minute now. People been drinking since 8 a.m. They had to go to bed. What about the people that had to work in the morning?
That's a bad look,
I just didn't love it.
No.
I didn't love it. When let's play the overtime goal, or the I'm sorry, not the
let's
overtime.
Get the Hattie.
No, let's get the empty net goal, and that's the best crowd pop of all of them, because that's when everyone was there.
Yeah, that was right at the end of regulation.
The overtime winner, the 2 OT winner, the thriller, like
the empty net.
The
is that
what do you call it? The penalty or the shorthanded goal in overtime.
This is score fee of getting the Hattie.
This is the empty net. This is the one we need first. You're right. You got it. And this was crazy because They empty it out, and they're working it around. The Mammoth aren't able to ice it. They're not able to clear the zone. And you're just thinking, okay, something's going to happen here. They're leaning on them. They're getting into their stuff. They're cycling. They're doing all the good things. And then there's just good things happen when you throw the puck at the net, no matter what, because you got to scramble. You got all these bodies in front, and none other than Pavel Skorofiev for his third one here. And they got the call last night. I think this is TNT on the call.
Trailing by one. Theodore, cross, Eichel shot, save, rebound, score! Skorofiev!
Yeah, nobody's left down.
They got the fire, the pyrotechnics.
Nobody had left at regulation.
Yes.
It was the double overtime that people had early exited.
That's right.
T-Mobile. Their date got a little tipsy. She was about to pass out. Had to get her back to the hotel room.
I guess.
I don't know.
Yeah, I didn't love that. But as for the play on the ice, the home team was...
Okay, what popped more? The first goal in the first ever playoff game for the Mammoth, or the first goal in Game 4.
Yeah.
I don't care. I would say Game 3 when they raced out to that early lead. That might have been louder.
First ever playoff game for him. I think that was probably the loudest.
Because what didn't you say?
Goal.
It was 113 decibel meter or something?
I think
it was, yeah.
I think there was a lot of videos on Twitter, with that pop and Barstool Sports, and a lot of people picking it up and saying, wow, Utah, this looks like a legit fan base and crowd. So,
well, I'm interested.
And I'm going to say, to answer your question, I think that it is probably the Utah first goal.
That first goal.
Yeah,
that's a lot of excitement.
Just
that's
a lot
newer
of
franchise.
They did do the decibel thing again at the Mammoth game, Game 4.
Yeah.
That on that second goal was like the second goal within a minute. And it was the same. It was like 113 decibels or something like that. It was
Which is
pretty
loud.
insane.
Which is
And that game did go to overtime on a Monday night, and not one person left their seat.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was still completely packed.
That's super impressive.
Yeah.
That's disappointing from the Knights fans.
What's the difference between Monday or Wednesday night?
They're both weeknights.
Exactly. I'm just asking.
Everybody still has to get up and go to work the next morning. So I think the fan base for the Mammoth was a lot more loyal.
Yeah, they're hungry right now. They're
They
eating
are.
this up. This is,
Knights kind of been there, done that, and maybe their fan base feels that way too, and they definitely showed that.
Well,
last
you
night.
said, but at least they didn't sell their tickets to Mammoth fans. You said there was not very many Mammoth fans in the building.
There wasn't a lot of blue.
And that is not usually the case in Vegas, because if you go to a regular season game, people flock to Vegas from all the cold weather
From everywhere.
cities.
Yeah.
And they want to go to Vegas and have a nice weekend and watch their hockey team play the Knights at T-Mobile.
Yeah.
And there's been nights I've been down there, there's 25-35% of the crowd is the opposing team.
Sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
If it's Minnesota or Chicago or any of those
People just-
cold, and it's December, they flock to Vegas.
Yeah, destination city for the cold weather folks and such. And yeah, I've seen that going to games there. There's 30-40% of the other teams, fans. But last night that was not the case. There was not a lot of Mammoth fans in the building.
Look, I'm not going to let you go to Knights games if you're going to rip on the crowd.
They
Just
ripped
saying
on themselves.
They kind of laid their own. They kind of dug their own grave.
Yeah,
Hey,
for real.
Knights win 5-4, even with a few early exits out of the arena.
So let's get the game winner, and we'll see how loud it sounds. I think we got the radio call.
Hey! I want Tara. I want a video of the Mammoth crowd if the Knights are up.
It only pertains to overtime. Overtime, because people got to actually wait and sit longer.
Okay, but the overtime period, 20 minutes twice. That's an extra hour. Like people.
15.
Hey, the
15 minute overtimes and
the Bud Light Lounge ran out of beer last night.
Probably.
Like, come on now.
Yeah.
Maybe that's it, because they usually will stop selling like in the third period too, so it doesn't even go to overtime.
They gotta bump it out.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't remember what time I passed through Fillmore, but I was between Fillmore and Beaver last night when the game got over last night. I think it was closer to Beaver. I might even been south of Beaver. Like, this game went on forever. It was 12 Mountain Time. It was 12:20 when this game went final, somewhere in that range, 12:30.
right.
Like, it was late. It was an 8 o'clock Mountain start. This game went past, but this game was over 4 hours long. The commercial breaks in the NHL are now getting too long. It's like the dang NFL playoffs. The game went too long. Tara didn't make it to the finish. She got sleepy. She had to go get bed. She had to go get snooze.
I had to finish it today.
That's right.
I've not seen the game winner.
You want to see it? Game winner, chicken dinner?
That one, okay.
Yes.
Here we go.
So this is the Golden Knights radio. Dan Duve on the call last night. The Sicilian soundbite delivers, a huge moment and a huge sequence here in this series.
Nothing. Utah took a 2-1 series lead, but the Knights have tied it up to 2-2 with an overtime victory in Game 4. Jack Eichel had an assist on Theodore's overtime winner 2 days ago. Nearly won it himself right there. McNabb toward Marner, a give and go, but it got away from Mitchell. Get it out of the right corner. Marner looking for his first playoff goal with the Knights. He's got 13 career playoff goals. Loose puck, right circle, a shot, score! Howden again! A year ago to the day! Howden wins it in double overtime! A shorthanded goal! Vegas 5, Utah 4!
Man.
Craziness! Is prolonged.
I mean,
an overtime winner.
I'm still looking at the stands, and yeah, there's a few people that actually, it's still pretty full. It's not bad. It's still loud in there. Come on now.
All right.
The horn's loud.
It's Game 5, you know. You got to stay there.
Yeah, you made it to the end.
I made it to the end.
You didn't leave.
I didn't leave. I stayed.
What was the atmosphere in both locker rooms last night, both post-game media sessions, Paulie? I mean, I'm just curious, the mood of the Mammoth first. What was were they resilient? No
Mammoth locker room access in Vegas. You just get the home team, but you do get the coaches of both teams. So, the Bear, Coach T, we're going to call him for now. He kept saying it over and over again. He was like, we didn't play bad.
They didn't.
Yeah,
we played really well. And he's like, we just had an unfortunate couple bounces there and we win the game. And then someone kind of doubled down and kind of asked him again, like, do you think that your youth and inexperience is factoring into this series? And he said, no, I think our young guys played great. I think our young guys were skating. Cools took some bad penalties, but he still skated great, played great. So, I mean, I think that
he's staying positive.
He's staying really positive because they got the next game in their home barn,
right.
So they're good to go. They're still alive in this thing. And he was optimistic. And then obviously Tortorella was over the moon. And someone asked him about Hart because the first game we went to, when Hart was kind of tattooed on 12 shots, the first couple questions to Tortorella and the media availability were, are you going to go to Hill? When are you going to Hill? And he's like,
I'm not.
I'm sticking with him.
Yeah.
And someone asked, and it was actually Chase Beardsley last night asked, you were really firm on staying with Carter Hart, and he delivers this performance. And he said, I knew he was going to do it. I knew he was going to deliver for us. He has always delivered. So it was pretty cool, the confidence that he has in his goaltender. They made Jack Eichel and Brett Howden available last night as well. Somebody asked Jack.
Tough to top what Jack did in Game 4 with the 3 assists. He was incredible.
Yeah. Well, someone kind of poked at him was like, you didn't bury that breakaway, huh? And he's like, yeah, I just wanted to get my buddy here the game winner. And everybody laughed, and it was a good little bit by Jack.
I mean, he tried to go 5-hole.
He did,
and it was a sneaky little crease, and he just missed it. But that's what Stone had a breakaway earlier in the game. Yes. Mammoth had a couple break. I mean,
Mammoth had 3 2-on-1 odd man run, and scored on 2 of them.
And I don't think they scored. They were 0 for 5, if I'm not mistaken, on the power play last night.
They were.
I mean, you need to take advantage of that.
That's what happened to Vegas in the last game. They were 0 for 5. So it's just like. Well, it's kind of special teams been playing a big factor in this series.
We talked about the percentages and the odds as far as history of the NHL when the playoffs are concerned in a best-of-7 series, and we talked about going into Game 4 in Salt Lake, how the Knights had only a 30% chance to come back and win the series. Now you steal that one, and then you go win Game 5, and now they've completely flipped that. Teams that are down 3-2, as the Mammoth are right now, only over the history of the NHL playoffs come back and won 20% of the time.
Yeah.
So it's 80-20 right now.
Yeah.
Then the Knights can get one of the next two. But 20%, I mean, that's better. I'll take 20% over Paulie's chances at a blackjack table any day of the week and twice on Sunday.
Me too.
I mean, you're
20%. You got a chance.
21.
So you're telling me there's a chance?
21.2% is the team's likelihood to come back and win.
Okay.
In 7 in the NHL
I haven't
playoffs.
checked on our good friends at Money Puck here on their latest playoff
money.
They did we had them do all season long tracking the playoff probabilities all year, and now the Mammoths chance to make it to round 2, 19.2%.
So just
by Money Puck.
Twitch lower than their so that's real close to what
really close.
The history is.
Yeah,
just
the history.
too lower than the
Vegas
history.
to make the second round 79.5. To make the third round 51.6. So
that'd be the Western Conference Finals.
There's belief in the Knights, according to Money Puck. A lot of people, even like I was saying before the show, the Utah beat. Reporters were all saying they think Vegas is going to close it.
And I think I think the Mammoth clap back in Game 6.
Nah.
I mean, I expect if they lose in Game 6, it will not be for lack of effort and good coaching and heart and
they'll
intensity.
Be finishing their checks that night
and getting the fans' support behind them. I mean, I really think they're going to come out buzzing in Game 6. Now, the Knights are a veteran team. They're going to play a full 3 periods, so it's not going to be easy if they're going to get back to a Game 7.
And I was talking to one of the guys with the Sin Bin Las Vegas.
Yeah.
They're a really good Twitter account for content for Vegas.
I've read some of their stuff over the years.
And he was talking about the contrasting styles. The Mammoth are this blazing fast young team, and the Knights are this veteran heavy, lean on you team.
Don't make mistakes.
Yeah, they're going to cycle. They're going to grind in the offensive zone. They're going to pass it around. The Mammoth like to get their goals on rushes and quick plays and stretch passes to all these guys.
And that's why that you see the Knights now back-to-back overtimes wins is they play really disciplined hockey on the back end. They're not taking a lot of high risk. If you're going to make a rush, you better make somebody who has your back and is getting back, and you don't have any miscues or missed assignments. And so I thought you saw both teams get a little conservative there in that first overtime period. There wasn't a lot of high-risk chances because I think both teams were protecting that goal.
Yeah, everyone was playing a little
The one
scared.
Mammoth shot that I can't remember who wristed it off of the helmet of Corey Hart. Carter Hart, excuse me. That was I don't know what the miles per hour were on that shot, but that thing, I mean, 1 or 2 inches left or 1 or 2 inches right, it's probably top 90 of the shelf of the goal on either side. Yeah, it hit him right along the helmet.
There was another one where in the first overtime where Hart fell down, and it was like the puck was loose, and I was like, all right, that's it, and they somehow, some way, I think it was Rasmus Anderson, dug it out and got it out of the zone. There was so many, and puck luck is a thing in the playoffs. It's a thing in the regular season. Bounces, weird stuff.
And there was
happens.
one moment there where Hart did have to lift up and dodge from him ricocheting it back into the goal. I'm trying to remember that sequence. I was watching on a 6-inch tiny little screen.
Kicked his legs out almost, so he would avoid touching
I think we're thinking of the same play.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And that's that
tense moment.
Yep. Good stuff. Knights win 5-4. This series, if you have not been watching Knights Mammoth, you're missing an incredible. The NHL and the NBA
I had some,
playoffs as a whole, I think the first round has been pretty exciting. We had some good games in the NBA last night, too, which we'll get into here in just a few minutes. Go ahead, Paulie. What was your thought?
I had something. This is really cool for the people that are just getting into hockey and starting to watch it. And this Knights Mammoth series, a great place to start if you haven't jumped in. But this was a tweet I saw last night at the game. I was just sitting there. This is a guy, Braylon Breeze, covering the NHL and sports media for on Twitter, and he said through Sunday, the Stanley Cup playoffs are averaging 1.143 million viewers, the best start on record. That's up 83% from this point last year, more impressively, 43% from 2024, which is the second most watched playoffs on record. Games with 1+ million viewers, 2024, 9, 2025, 1, 2026, 19.
19.
19 games with 1 million viewers in the playoffs.
A number of factors there. One, you've got some new franchises. The Knights are still a relatively new franchise. The Seattle Kraken are the newest NHL franchise. You have a relocation with the Utah Mammoth. So you've got Seattle fans, Salt Lake fans, Vegas fans that maybe 10 years ago were not watching. They're now watching in some top 50 markets. Two, I think the ESPN Plus partnership where more games are accessible without having to actually exclusively buy the NHL add-on.
Center ice
package. I think that has made it a little bit more accessible. More people have ESPN Plus that maybe wouldn't have paid for it. They're now getting sucked in a little bit. Sure. And then you do have some fresh teams in the playoffs that are keeping an eye on everything else. So a number of variables there. What else could it be? But that is good news for the and we probably talked. And part of this is, good and bad for Ryan Smith. We probably talked more hockey this year because you add Vegas to Salt Lake and we're smack dab in the middle the last 2 years than we ever did before. Yeah. And we've talked less Jazz basketball because they're not compelling. They're not winning. They're not, there's not a lot of reasons to tune in to watch them lose by 30 and play dudes you've never heard of that just got called up from the G League.
Sure.
That are not long-term stars in this league.
Yeah.
Nothing against those guys. They're making a good paycheck. And they're still playing in the NBA, which would have been a dream of mine when I was 18 years old, but not anymore. We got to take a break. We're off and running. Oh, we're fired up. It's going to be a great show today. 4A baseball brackets are coming out. We're going to get to that a little bit later in the show. Paulie's going to speculate on what we might see with the reveal show at 10 a.m. We will actually be helping host that 4A bracket reveal show. Kate and I will host that at 10 a.m. on KSLSports.com. So all you baseball fans waking up, you find out who you play, what regional you're in. Will there be any Region 9 teams you'll have to go through early, or will it come later? Because we know how Region 9 is pretty good at baseball. History shows us that for a fact. Also on the show today, Doghouse Penthouse is back by popular demand. Yes. Tara said last night, "Hey boys, bring him back to Doghouse." Paulie's Penthouse, it's a party. Pitbull's performing live in the Penthouse. We are bringing that back. Let's go. So lots to get to. Stick with us from the Finley Hyundai Studios. We're off and running. It is good to have you in on a Throwdown Thursday show today, brought to you by Coral Canyon Golf Course. It's fantastic. Get out there, play great golf for a great price. Call for your tee times. This time of year, it gets busy. Temperatures in the 70s today. It's a beautiful day to swing the sticks. It's supposed to get up to the low 80s by Saturday and Sunday. It's going to be a beautiful weekend. Coral Canyon Golf Course. Check the tee sheet at coralcanyongolf.com. The earlier you book, the less you play. You can also look, I think they've got a Dixie Direct offer. Look at if you have the new Dixie Direct
I think they do,
digital savings guide or the new app, or you have the card itself. They do both now. Nice. I think you can save a little bit of coin. And then, of course, once we get to June, rates will drop a little bit, and golf becomes a little more affordable for the locals. We are running through some highlights here. I mentioned this briefly yesterday, but I wanted to mention it again, is, we had, I think it was 10 or 11 sign at Desert Hills the other day. Some of the names you might be familiar with: Jayla Wybright, Bailey Lee, Megan Hale, some soccer players. And I think there's a couple more soccer players, Bryn Mortensen and Ellie Williams, that are also signing that haven't yet. Baseball players like Harmon Skeen going to Air Force, Ro Wall as well, Air Force, Hoyt Atkin, Yakima.
Yeah.
That's the one thing that this week has taught me is the Yakima Yaks of the NWAC, the Northwest Athletic Conference. This is the big JUCO up there in Idaho, Oregon, Washington. I think there's 14 or 16 teams in it. Big Bend Community College, where I went my first year of college right out of high school, in this conference.
Yes.
Southwest Oregon, Green River, Columbia Basin College, Yakima. They have at least 6 Region 9 kids committed to go to Yakima, Washington, the home. What famous NFL players from Yakima?
I don't know.
Got me.
Cooper Kupp.
Oh, yeah. Eastern Washington.
Former MVP, Cooper Kupp.
Wow.
Okay, nice.
I went to either Davis or Eisenhower High School. I can't remember which one was school, but he grew up in Yakima.
Nice.
Yeah. So that was Tuesday. All the Desert Hills kids signing. Presley Decker for volleyball, Lexi Scouten, Sarah White, Hoyt Atkin was the one that was going to Yakima that I was referring to. And since I was driving up to my daughter's soccer game in Salt Lake last night at 7:30, I had to leave about 1:30 to get up there for warm-ups and food and whatnot. And so Tara teamed up and raced over to Crimson Cliffs because Paulie was going to Vegas. I was going to Salt Lake. So TA was gracious enough to signing day cover for the Fan Sports Network. And TA caught up with a couple athletes. It was a huge signing class at Crimson, kind of like it was Desert Hills. I think they even had double digits again. We're seeing 16. A lot of kids. 16 total.
But there was 10 that were present.
So 6 are waiting to sign on their own terms or later. We saw that a little bit with
Lulu, like Desert Hills and stuff.
But you went to the house.
Oh, yeah, it was Riley Green.
Where they waited and they did their own little signing day, and that was kind of cool too. Yeah. It's fun to be in the big group. You're kind of lumped in with everybody.
Yeah.
It's kind of a big day for these kids.
It was.
It is.
I remember when my son signed to play golf at SUU. I mean, I was probably more excited than him. He was probably a little nervous. He didn't really want the attention. He's a little on. Bosses was pretty chill.
I think it's safe to say you were probably more excited.
More excited, yeah.
Well, he's more like mom when it comes to that kind of stuff. More just calm and reserved. And I'm like, let's go.
Even key.
Yeah.
But like, it's fun for the kids to sign their John Hancock on that piece of paper and say, I'm playing. Cool. I mean, not very many athletes get to say, I played Division I or junior college basketball, baseball, football, soccer, volleyball, whatever the sport is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kind of cool. TA, take us through this. This was McKay Lindquist. You caught up with McKay Lindquist.
Yeah.
Obviously Mac 15 and some change this year. Good to see him because I think he definitely has next level potential. I don't even think he scratched the surface of what he's capable of.
I don't think so either. And it was kind of cool because they would have the coach go up first and talk about him. Mm-hmm. And then they would go up and, have a little speech and then go sit down and sign their papers and stuff. And Mac is going to it's Southwestern Oregon Community College.
Yep.
And
That's in Coos Bay,
Yeah.
by the way, which is not too far.
not too far.
From Bandon Dunes Golf Course, one of
Yeah.
my favorite golf venues
You'll
in
probably
the
be
world.
going to a couple games,
Right?
buddy.
Yeah, go check it out.
Coos Bay is the closest town with a hotel. There's a little Indian reservation, a casino there.
Nice.
I've driven.
Okay.
It's a logging town. I've driven through it like 5 times on my way to Bandon Dunes.
Yeah.
When we fly into Eugene, it's a cool little town right along the water.
Yeah, it sounds beautiful. I haven't actually been right there, but it was cool. His coach talked about how like his work ethic and how he is always in the gym and how much film he watches all the time. And so I think just based on that alone, at the next level, he's going to be a great player. But kind of caught up with the parents and stuff too, and interviewed him.
See, I like that touch because it's always interesting to hear from mom and dad.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, that's
This
cool.
is Tara yesterday over at Crimson Cliffs talking with some future college athletes. Here's the interview with McKay Lindquist.
Zach Lindquist just signing his college papers today. What was it like signing those papers?
It was relieving. It was super relieving. It was something I've been wanting for a while,
Okay.
but finally to get it done, it's just kind of nice to, I made it.
Right.
First step's done, I guess, but I'm just happy.
Now you're just happy. Yeah. What was the recruiting process like? Like visiting the campus, the official visits, all of that stuff.
I didn't get to do an official visit, but I'm familiar with the area, so
Okay.
it made it a lot easier for the choice, obviously.
Yeah.
But I reached out to the Coach Grandinetti, and super cool guy, good process. Me and him had some good calls, but he had me convinced at the first call, so
Awesome.
it was simple for me.
Yeah, that's amazing. So I'm pretty sure it was a proud moment, but dare let me say that it was an even prouder moment for maybe mom and dad today. Watching him sign and knowing that he's moving on to the next level. What was that like for you guys watching him
Yeah,
sign?
I mean, for me, you want your kid happy, and he loves basketball, and so for him to be able to go and continue to play it, I'm proud of him just because of how much I know he loves it. He loves the game. Coach Murdoch mentioned how much film he watches and how much gym time he spends, and
Right.
and so it's one thing as parents if you want something for your kids and they don't want it more than you do. I would say Mac wants it more than we do, and I think whatever he does, he'll be successful. He's a great student. What kind of goes unmentioned is he's a 4.0 student.
Yeah.
We've never had to really make him do homework. He's always been self-motivated, and he doesn't realize it yet, but those things will be really beneficial for whatever he does.
Right, for that next level. Katie, let's hear from mom here.
I'm just sad. We're going to miss our guy.
Yeah.
But so happy for him, and no one deserves it more than him. He's put in a lot of work, and we're going to miss him, and we're excited to travel to Oregon more and be able to watch him play.
There you go.
Yeah.
She got a little emotional there, Katie.
I know, it made me emotional too. So that's hard for mom.
Look, Matt comes from a basketball family.
Yeah.
Ben played at Utah Valley, and then he transferred to the University of Oregon. He was on the Elite Eight team with Luke Ridenour and Luke Jackson. Worked for the Pac-12 network for a long time. Obviously, does basketball games with us on the Fan Sports Network. So we all know Ben really, really well. And we know how good of a player Ben was back in the day at Pineview High School, where he played for Coach Lynn, and that is McKay's grandfather, Coach Lynn Christensen. They had a nice little retirement ceremony for him last year, and he just recently passed away. I mean, comes from a basketball family. His uncle, Ben's brother, played at BYU. I mean, this is a basketball family on both sides.
Yeah.
And so really excited for Mac and that opportunity. Coos Bay going to be a cool little town.
Yeah.
And Paul, you kind of mentioned earlier, an excuse to go up and watch a game and play Bandon Dunes and the same trip. Yeah, I mean, I could feel a road trip in the cards this coming winter. That'd be fun. There is one other Region 9 player, I believe, that is still in Coos Bay playing for Southwest Oregon, and that is Desert Hills' Eli Allred.
Oh.
Wow.
Remember Eli Allred?
Yeah.
That's where he went. If I'm not originally, I think he committed somewhere else, and then he transferred there. If I'm not mistaken, I saw Eli. It was over the Christmas break. It's been almost 5 months ago now.
Yeah.
So, good stuff. All right, caught up with one more TA over at the signing day yesterday. I want to play one more clip. I'm glad to see the Crimson State champion,
Yes, Dylan.
title-winning individual medalist, Dylan Winona, was able to commit because I chatted with him. I see him at the golf
we
course
had him
all
on
the
the show,
time. We had him
too.
on the show. It was after state in the fall. And he's like, I don't know where we're going to play. I want to play somewhere. And the offers were not really rolling in for the state champ golfer. This kid can
shocked.
play.
It's like, how does he not have any offers?
But lo and behold, UVU came calling, and he made it official yesterday. TA caught up with Dylan.
Here with Dylan Winona, signed today to go play golf for UVU. What was the recruiting process like for you?
It was actually kind of tough. I went through a lot of schools. Westminster gave me like my first official offer, and I really liked the coach. He was probably my favorite coach I talked to, besides Curran. But I really liked that. That was probably one of my top options. There was another school in Philadelphia called Drexel University.
Yeah.
I really liked their coach. He really reached out and really wanted me. I really wanted to thank him a lot because he actually seemed very interested in me.
Yeah.
So he gave me an offer. So that was another top school. But then Curran, I've always kind of wanted to go to UVU, so I was really happy about getting an offer from there. And it took a while, but then I called him. I was like, hey, I don't really have a decision of where I want to go. And he's like, well, we want to offer you. So I was really happy about that, and I'm glad I get to go play at UVU now.
Yeah, I bet. What are some things you're excited for the next level, going and playing at the college level?
Just kind of see what it's like. I've heard that it's a lot different than junior and high school golf, so I'm actually really excited to go see what's up and hopefully play the best I can up there.
Right. We've heard from your coach before that you are very cool under pressure, that you have like a very mental toughness about you, so I'm sure that that's going to be a great thing, taking that on to the next level where there is more pressure.
Yeah, I don't feel like I get nervous very much, if that makes sense.
That is a great thing.
Yeah, it's hard for me to get nervous in situations, so hopefully that can translate to my golf game in college.
Is there anything you're going to miss from, That was pretty much it. Yeah.
That's awesome. I love that. Like, mental toughness is very importante. Once you get to a certain level with your swing, the game becomes 75+% mental, I think.
Yeah, especially golf.
And Dylan's got the fundamentals of a great swing. He's a state championship golfer.
Yeah. And it was funny. He's like, I don't know. I just don't get nervous.
That's great.
That is such a great thing.
No, that is a really good quality. Calm like a bomb in golf is not a bad thing. By the way, the WAC Golf Championships just finished up yesterday. Of the in-state schools, UVU did just a little bit better. They were 5th. Utah Tech finished 6th, and SUU finished 7th in the WAC. Windy, there was lightning delays. Really tough golf course. I was talking with some of the coaches down there, and they said this was one of the toughest WAC courses they have ever seen. Just down. They were down in Texas at Stonebridge Country Club.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and I guess it played tough. Now, Frank Mayo from Utah Tech did card 4 eagles in his round yesterday, his final round, but he still shot over par. That's how tough it was. Like, so the par 5s were gettable. He eagled 4 of them. But he still shot over par, even though on those par 5s, he was 8 under on those 4 holes.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Isn't that crazy? That's how tough some of the holes were playing down there at the WAC Championships. UVU was 25 over after 3 rounds in the team event. Utah Tech 40 over, and SUU was 51 over. Charlie Gillespie, my guy, Charlie G, the Scottish lad, led SUU with a 2 under 70 yesterday. You had David Lickety, the top finisher for Utah Tech, really didn't have a very good first round, and then he kind of glued it together and ended up shooting even in rounds 2 and 3, just missing a conference top 10. Really would love to see them do a little bit better. We'll see what the Big Sky Conference brings for SUU and Utah Tech in golf. I haven't monitored that golf conference very well. UVU and Dylan, they'll be going off to the Big West. That's where Dylan will be competing in because they're leaving the WAC as well. All right. Good stuff, TA. Great job yesterday. good stuff. We talked Knights, Mammoth. Paulie was in T-Mobile last night. We just got through some of the signing. Let's run down the other kids though.
Yeah.
That signed, because there was not. I know we only got time to play a couple of those interviews, but there was
We had Caden Wilson from football. He signed with the St. George Eagles.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
I remember Caden, a lineman. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then girls soccer, Moxie Smith going to Snow College, going to play for them. I love that name, Moxie.
Now, Snow is also recruiting girls soccer in St. George, kind of like Yakima is for baseball.
Right, yeah. Yakima has like staked its claim.
But I think Snow has at least 5 or 6 Region 9 kids. I know there's 3 or 4 from Desert Hills, another one there, and Moxie?
Yeah, that's her name. I love it. Moxie Smith.
That's a cool
That
name.
is like the coolest. I love it. She definitely has some moxie.
She's got some moxie.
She does, yep.
And she's a Smith.
Yep. Audrey Stratton for girls volleyball signed with College of Southern Idaho.
Okay.
And we had for cheerleading, Carrie Ann Cowdle with Navarro College.
Okay.
And for baseball, Madden Smith is going to Western Colorado University.
Whoa, Dougie flipped.
Yeah. Yep.
Wasn't he going to Slick or CSI?
I thought it was CSI or something.
I think that might be a little bit of a change from what I originally heard he was planning on doing. So Dougie going to Colorado?
Yeah, Western Colorado.
Okay.
And then we have Austin Smith and Cutter Christensen going to Yakima.
The Yaks.
Yeah, the Yaks.
Paulie wants a hat.
I do.
We need one.
We can get you one.
They're taking all our talent from
We also
Southern
need
Utah.
a Sam Darnold. We also need
right.
Sam Darnold T-shirts. We have not got those ordered yet.
Right?
But we do have Devin Dixon T-shirts with the 1 finger salute.
Well, yeah.
But we don't have Sam Darnold 1 finger salute
No, we need
T-shirts
those ones.
yet.
Yes.
Yeah. And then
do
we
have
had
that shirt.
Eli
Thanks,
Connolly.
Andy, and shout out happy
Yeah.
birthday.
It is
Happy
her birthday.
birthday,
Happy
Andy.
birthday.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. Eli Connolly going to Cincy
Wow.
for track and field. And this was, I wanted to catch up with him,
Bearcats.
but I didn't get a chance to. It was pretty packed. But they said he has like a 7-foot vertical
Wow. Like on the high jump?
on the high jump.
Wow.
So,
That's impressive.
yeah.
Well, if you're going to if you're going to Cincinnati,
If you're going to Cincy, yeah.
you can leap
Yeah, exactly.
and you can arc your back.
You're right. Yep.
7 feet off. I can't even imagine.
Yeah.
I can't even imagine. Good
So,
stuff.
yeah,
That
it was
everybody?
fun.
And
Well, there was honorable mentions like Elena Gardner's going to North Idaho College for girls soccer.
okay.
Sienna Romney, Southern Utah University for vocal.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, Brighton Woodward going to Berkeley College for music. And then Rhett Powell, Southern University for percussion.
Wow. So they
So
got
yeah, we got some music.
we got some
ones.
Talented. That's awesome.
By the way, speaking of talent out of Crimson Cliffs, that's where Miles Jepson went to school. He's now at Utah Tech, of course, graduated from high school. His concert out at the Washington County Fairgrounds Grafton building is Saturday. We gave away a pair of tickets yesterday. I want to give another pair of tickets away. Dads out there listening.
Yeah.
This is like a wholesome rising superstar. I think he could be. I don't know if he'll be the next Justin Timberlake or Benson Boone, but he's got that type of talent and trajectory.
He's got the swag of Benson Boone.
Give everybody,
I like him.
Give everybody a little. He does have stage presence, which was not always the case early when Benson Boone first started out. Miles, I think, is ahead of him when it comes to that. Here's a little taste of one of Miles' songs off his debut album called Green.
This is one of my favorite songs.
I like Crave, yeah. That's good. It's good. He loves Green Day.
Yeah.
He
likes the music.
I mean, when he came into the studio, we were kind of, he was making the rounds here at the studio one day. He popped in. I know we're sports talk. He had his acoustic guitar, and Paulie said, hey, can you play some Oasis? And he just busted out Champagne Supernova.
He did.
Off the riff.
Great rendition.
And so this kid's super talented. A pair of tickets, you can hit us up on the text line. Text keyword green. We'll give a pair away on the text line, keyword green, and your name, and we will do a drawing at the end of the show today. And I got another pair for anybody that still knows how to use a telephone. I know everybody emails and instant messages and FaceTimes, but can you pick up the phone and call us in the break? 435-990-9950. Lillian Breeze is opening the show. Gates open at 6. These are pit passes. You can get front row right on the rail if you want to get there right at 6. Lillian goes on right around 7. John Dretto, great guitarist.
Oh.
And then Miles will hit the stage probably 8:30, 8:40 this Saturday night at the Grafton Building out at the Washington County Fairgrounds. Hit us up if you want to go or send your daughters to go. That's what I'm doing. 435-990-9950. We'll be right back. Oh my gosh, Tara!
Yeah.
Unwritten Law?
Yep.
Are you kidding me?
We love it.
This is one of my favorite bands of all time. They're a top. Their top 6 or 7 songs are top 10 with any band's top 6 or 7 songs.
Which one's your favorite then? Mean Girl. I'm like looking at them here.
Rescue Me
Yes,
is
that one's good.
awesome off that Elva album. If you go, Mean Girl's okay.
Yeah.
I like Geronimo. There's one that's a slow rest of my life that is really, really good. And then, of course, they have some other albums that are really good with some other great songs,
Right.
too.
This was just the that one.
Yeah. Which Seeing Red is probably their most popular song.
Yeah.
Really good. Really good stuff. We are live coming up to the close of hour number 1. Show today brought to you by Prime IV. Prime IV. Hey, they're hooking mom up this Mother's Day. Do you realize Mother's Day is the 10th of May? We are closing in on Mother's Day. Better get those orders in. Better start planning, guys, so you're not last minute at the grocery store Saturday night at midnight, and it's all been picked through, and you can't even find a Hallmark gift card, Mother's Day card. How about celebrate mom with Prime IV? They got a beauty bundle with a $95 savings. You get the Glow IV therapy. Terry, you've had the Glow before.
I have.
It's great for your skin, hair, nails,
I think
all
it
that
was
stuff.
the February one, and they gave me some peptides, like the beauty peptide, GHK, CU, I don't know.
So that's how you stay so purty.
Yeah.
They also give you a high dose of glutathione and a beauty boost upgrade, and they'll give you access to their members-only VIP lounge and zero gravity massaging chairs. So you can get the beauty bundle for Mother's Day. You're still going to probably want to get a card. Maybe you want to add some flowers. But how about the beauty bundle? Go let her relax and feel great at Prime IV. Give her a break from running the kids around to soccer practice.
Right.
Or you can just do the Glow injection for $50. Or you can add on even a vitamin D injection for just $20. They got a ton of specials. You can check them all out and get them booked, or go get a gift card, PrimeIVSTG.com. Only got a couple minutes here before we got to go to our final break of the hour. Paulie, 10 o'clock, bracket reveal. Couple thoughts maybe on the Region 9 season and the postseason, and we will find out the matchups. We will be helping host that on KSLSports.com at 10 o'clock this morning. And it's anticipated Snow Canyon going to be the number 1. They had a big lead when they pulled the bracket down. So I think Snow Canyon going to be number 1.
Yeah.
It's
21-5.
Yeah, I mean, they have been number 1 for a while now in the RPI rankings, the state rankings. Desert Hills Crimson should be in the top 8. Dixie could be in the top 8 too, where we could have 4 teams get buys this weekend.
Yeah, that'd be crazy.
Dixie winning 2 against Hurricane. How much will that move them up? Will they stay 9 or 10, or will it push them up into that top 8? That's one of the storylines that we'll find out at 10 a.m. Also, Hurricane.
That's the one I'm curious about.
They were sitting at 16, and then they got swept by Dixie, so they lost 2. Does that drop them to have to travel on the road now, or will they still have enough RPI to get a home series this weekend? Playoff games are Friday starting at 4 p.m., and we will have a doubleheader most likely for you on the Fan Sports Network. We'll have 2 video streams, and then we'll have 1 game simulcast on radio and do some bounce around coverage. So going to be really exciting. Are you ready for the playoffs?
Ready.
We love playoffs.
Absolutely.
That's all you got is I'm ready?
I'm ready. Yeah, I'm ready to go. Ready for Friday to be here.
I think Snow Canyon has the bullseye on their back.
Probably,
But I feel like Crimson should as well. Like, those 2 teams played for the title last year, and Crimson won it.
Yeah.
And yet I think everybody thinks Snow Canyon is the team to beat, but I'm like, don't forget about Crimson. Wait and see. Now, Crimson, with their loss on that walk-off home run by Raiden Hunt the other night.
Yeah.
Paul, you and I were over there for that one.
Our game winner.
It was not a grand slam. It was a 2-run ball.
It was.
It was a 2-run home run, and then they won 8-6. I wonder what they were sitting at 5th before the RPI pulled down. Does that drop them down to 6th?
Yeah, potentially.
And if so, I mean, do they stay on the other side of the bracket of Snow Canyon where they would only meet in the state championship? Or do they have to go through them earlier in the weeks? And, of course, it's a true double elimination tournament. Once you get to the top 8 of teams remaining, that's when we go to bracket play up at Kearns High School. That's
Kearns,
where hope the internet's good for TA up there.
Yeah.
That's all Tara cares about is
Right?
Does the internet work properly?
Yeah. Trying to broadcast
And
over
how does my hair?
hotspot.
How does my hair look for the on-field interviews? Those are the 2
Right?
priorities
Those are the main.
for
Yeah.
TA. And Paulie said the other day he thinks Trayvon probably going to be the MVP. Him or Cade Kelch. Those are the 2 leaders of that offense, that high-octane offense for the Warriors. They win the outright Region 9 title. Best player, best team. One of those 2 guys. I don't know which one we'll have to wait and see. The coaches will have to sort that out. We'll take a break. Messages from our great local partners. Hour 2, we rev it up when we come back to the Finley Hyundai studio. Hey, welcome back. Hour 2 coming straight at you. And let's get you what's trending. We haven't even talked NBA playoffs. We'll get into that inside of our top 8. It's brought to you today by Zag. Protect your phone better. Get your screen protectors that go on the face of your screen. So when you drop your phone, like me and Paulie, it does not break your phone. It just is protected there. You can go get that replaced. It comes with a lifetime warranty. Cases warranted as well at Zag. Don't zig, just Zag. 2 St. George, 1 Cedar City. Zag location. Locally, let's get into it. NBA, let's go through last night. Rockets beat the Lakers without KD. Durantula was on the shelf again. 99-93. LeBron James can't get a late 3 to go, and the Rockets keep their season alive. A lot of smoke on Twitter about LeBron missing that game winner, but LeBron has been clutch. He's 40 freaking years old. He's been so clutch in the playoffs over his course of his career. They still have a 3-2 lead, but all of a sudden this 3-0 lead the Lakers assembled is vanished.
It's gone up in smoke. Yeah, I mean, it's crazy how things change quickly. And Jalen Green, Dylan Brooks, and the number 10 pick in the 2025 draft is what was given up for Kevin Durant. I'm wondering if they lose in the first round, if they go out and 7 games, 6 games, whatever it may be. Is this trade, do they quantify it as worth it? You know, that's the question I would pose.
Probably not. But Jabari Smith had 22. Şengün had almost had a triple-double. He had 14 points, 9 rebounds, and 8 assists. He's a big Harry Potter fan.
Yes.
Lakers led by Braun with 25. It was not enough. Reeves played 34 minutes. He's back from the injury.
Yeah, that's big for the Lakers.
But he only shot 4 out of 16 and 2 of 8 from 3. And he had 22 points, but a lot of them coming from the free throw line. He was a little bit of a foul merchant in the game last night. Again, Rockets win. Going back to Game 6, with the Lakers still leading the best of 7, 3-2. The other games last night, Detroit staves off elimination in Motown, 116-109. This game was highlighted by not one, but 2 45-point performances. Cade Cunningham for the Pistons. Came up big. Banchero for the Magic, also with 45 last night. But Pistons cut into that series lead. It's now 3-2 going into Game 6.
Yeah, these guys kind of remind me of, Banchero.
45 points, Paulie?
That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a ton of points. And coming out of school, I mean, this guy was 1-1 out of Duke. And I think he's finally performing up to that level, and like now in the playoffs popping like this. I mean, I think it's time to consider Paolo a top tier level player in the NBA.
They both had 45 points. Tell me which line you like better. If you haven't looked at the box score.
I have.
One player, see if you can guess who's who. 17 out of 31 from the field, 6 of 11 from the 3-point line, 5 of 12 from the free throw line, 9 rebounds. Okay, that's line 1. Line 2, 45 points, 13 of 23, 5 of 8 from the 3-point line, and 14 of 14 from the free throw line. 6 assists.
I think I like the 9 rebounds. So
who is it?
It's probably with 9 rebounds, I'd go the taller guy, Banchero.
Banchero, you are correct. Yeah, Banchero, but only 5 of 12 from the free throw line. That was where Cunningham was 14 out of 14.
Yeah.
Even though Banchero made 7 more field goals and 1 more 3-pointer, Cunningham got more points at the free throw line where he did not miss. So Magic lose in this game. And now Orlando still leads the series 3-2. The other game last night, Cleveland did not play very well, but still managed to win by 5, 125-120, the final in that playoff game. And now Cleveland takes a 3-2 lead. That series, that was game 5 last night. It's a banged up Toronto Raptors team. They're injured a little bit right now. Ingram left the game. After 11 minutes, he had 1 point, did not return. They're already without their starting point guard, so they're banged up a little bit. Spider Mitchell only had 19, goes 7 of 17 from the floor, 23 apiece for James Harden and Evan Mobley, who hit a couple big shots down the stretch. Mobley did in the 5-point victory. those are your 3 NBA playoff games from last night. The schedule coming up tonight in the association on a Thursday. Knicks at the Hawks. That's your 5 o'clock Mountain Time start. That'll be on ESPN. Boston at Philadelphia will be on NBC and Peacock. And then your nightcap, how about Denver, Minnesota? From out there in Minnesota, 7:30 Mountain Time tip. Minnesota, they better close it out. They don't want to go back to Denver. But Denver in Minnesota, 5.5-point favorites in that game.
Well, Anthony
tonight.
Edwards is out.
Correct.
So, that makes sense. All right, we'll go on the ice for the next headline here. 3 games in the NHL last night as one series is already wrapped up in the East as the Flyers defeat the Penguins in overtime 1-0 to advance to the second round of the Stanley Cup playoffs. Dan Vladar had 42 save shutout in the win. What a performance for that goalie for the Flyers. And elsewhere in the NHL, before we get to the local game, the Canadiens defeat the Lightning 3-2 to take a 3-2 series lead in that one in the first round. So, and lastly, of course, the one that we are all intrigued by this year in this playoff season is the Mammoth and the Golden Knights. It was a thrilling game from start to finish. I mean, it was just realistically a high level, high skill, high intensity game from the puck drop to the final goal. And the final goal was amazing, but we'll start with the empty net goal here as Pavel.
I was going right to the game winner.
Yeah.
All right.
I can go to the empty net, though. Let me.
Dorofeev hat trick worth mentioning last night. He was terrific for the VGK. What they've lacked in scoring from Marner, they've gotten all of a sudden the last 2 games from Dorofeev.
Yes.
A.K.A. Scorofeev.
Exactly. Here's the empty netter.
Okay, so I'm driving between, the Fillmore Beaver area, and I'm like, yes, in the car. I got my AirPods in because my wife and daughter are snoozing. Yeah. And I woke everybody in the car up. I'm like, 52 seconds left. We got a tie game. And they're they're like,
they could care less.
Yeah, they went back.
Why did you just scare the crap out of me?
You just scared me and you woke me up. Thank you. Thank you. But I got everybody home safe late last night. I actually beat Paulie home last night.
Yes.
I beat you home by like an hour and a half.
Yeah, unfortunately.
From Salt Lake. But the double overtime will make it a late night in Vegas.
Yeah, double overtime indeed. And now the winner here, this is the second overtime, deep into the second overtime, I believe. About 6 minutes or so, 5.5 minutes. And this is what goes on with Brett Howden, his 3rd goal of the playoffs and a shorty to win the game.
Left on this Utah power play. Vegas off ice, an aggressive stance. Steal by Howden. Scores!
5-4 the final last night. T-Mobile was rocking Delta Center tomorrow night for Game 6. I will say this: this Mammoth team is really impressing me in this series. Even in these 2 overtime losses, there's a lot to like about this Utah Mammoth team. Gunther had a nice one last night. Carcone had another one last night. Marino finally had his first playoff goal. John Marino last night. Peterka played better after the coach, said we're going to keep this in the locker room and benched him in Game 4. So, look, I know the Mammoth lose 2 heartbreakers in overtime, and it might cost them the series. But this team, proving they belong in the postseason, playing with a Stanley Cup champ just from the 2023 season in Vegas, and they have given them all they want and more.
The upward trajectory of the Mammoth over the next 3-4 years will be evident.
Young team.
This is kind of their arrival to the party, and I think they've acquitted themselves really well. Was talking to a couple guys on the beat for the Mammoth, and one of them said, "Hey, this is house money at this point. We've played so well.
Don't tell Coach T that.
I know. Don't tell the Bear, right? But I think a lot of Utah fans." if they were honest with you, and
they're tasting the playoffs. This is exciting. There's a lot to build on.
Yes, and I don't
second
think
year in Salt Lake City. That's it.
I don't think they're super disappointed. Even if they do lose this series because they've played
I don't
so
know.
well.
I don't know. I can feel the disappointment for them, and overtime losses sting.
Oh yeah, they sting.
They have been so close to grabbing command of this series. I mean, you win these 2 overtime games, it's over.
They're a big dog though. Pre-series, they knew they were up against it.
But they have not played like a dog. They have played as equals with the VGK.
They have.
Now, I don't know the winner of this series. If the Mammoth can't win 2 in a row, it'd be really interesting to see how far they or the Knights can go with the Avalanche playing some really good hockey already. Sweeping and getting rest right now in the first round series. Looks like Ducks Edmonton. If the Ducks can close it out tonight, watch out, or we could have a game 7 in that one in the West. Wild Dallas, that 2 games left in that series. What is it, 3-2 in that series?
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean,
both of those teams are dogs too. You got to watch out for them.
Watch out for the winner of that series. Yeah, absolutely. Minnesota's had a terrific season this year. Dallas, I feel like, has been so close for the last couple of years and just can't take that step to the cup, to the Stanley Cup.
That's right.
Is this the year they do? So, I mean, lot to look at. I mean, Wild winning in Game 5 in Dallas was huge the other night. As underdogs, slight underdogs, they go down there, and that's the second win of the series away from home ice, home of the Wild, right? Didn't they win twice in Dallas in this series already, if I'm not mistaken? I could be wrong on that. I thought Game 1 and Game 5, but I'll check on it. All right, that's your top 8 today. Any bonus balls? Anything else we want to get into? I mean, Real Salt Lake returns home this weekend. They'll play the Timbers on Saturday. PGA Tour this week. They are already off and running the Cadillac Championship. David Lipsky, Sahith Theegala, and Pearson Coody are your early round 1 leaders. They're all at 2 under par right now. This is... I think another signature event, or this one's not next week, as I'm trying to recall. I think this is a signature event. Yeah, it's a smaller field.
Yeah.
So and then you also have, of course, want to mention this as a headline. 10 a.m. today, we will find out the matchups, the seeding, and we'll have and host the Bracket Reveal Show on KSLSports.com. 10 a.m. sharp. We'll break down the brackets and get you ready for some local playoff baseball. The other bonus ball is a series firing up against Tarleton State for the Trailblazers. The 29-win Utah Tech Trailblazers.
Yeah, that's right. Put some respect on their name. They absolutely deserve it. This has been a great season for Trailblazer baseball, beating some big opponents, Washington State, UNLV, BYU, and playing really well in the WAC. So I think they've got a chance to make some real noise into the WAC tournament this year. Just got to keep everyone healthy.
Game 1 will be tomorrow. Tarleton State is in town, so they're off today. I think I might have said tonight, but I was thinking tomorrow night, 6:05, Game 1, 2:05 Saturday for Game 2, and 11:05 for Game 3 on Sunday. So the Texans, and who knows how many future matchups we'll see, Utah Tech, Tarleton State, with Utah Tech leaving the WAC conference this summer and going to the Big Sky. All right, that's your top 8 at 8. We'll take a break. When we come back, who's in the penthouse? Who's in the doghouse? We'll find out when we come back. It's The Drive. Headlines brought to you by Zag. Welcome back, everybody. It is The Drive. Thanks for locking us in, loading us up. Today's show brought to you by Soda Weight Loss. We love our friends at Soda Weight Loss. So listen up, team. This is your wake-up call. It's 8:19 in the a.m. Soda Weight Loss is now Soda Diet and Nutrition, and they're ready to get you started. Spring is here. Summer is right around the corner in the high desert of St. George. And right now you can join the state-of-the-art program, SOTA, S-O-T-A, State of the Art, and you can bring your partner in with you. That's double the results for two people. That's accountability, someone you can, lean on and do the diet with. Two people, real accountability, one single investment into your long-term health. That's a game changer. No pills, no shots, no guesswork. Real food from the grocery store. Me and my wife go shopping once a week. We're learning, good food to buy is still available out there, ladies and gentlemen. And if you don't want to take my word for it, I've been doing the program right now. I am down to 178. I started at over 185, and this is week 3. And look, I only had about 10, 11 pounds to lose, so I've got a few more to go to meet my goal. But the thing I love is the nutrition, talking with the nutrition, going on vacation, getting tips on when you're eating out, what to eat, how to eat it, how to prepare it, what to put on it. Summer bodies aren't built in the summer. They're built right now. So you join Soda Diet Nutrition. Your partner joins for free. Do what I'm doing. And 90 days from right now, you will really be thanking me. Go to sodadietandnutrition.com. That's SOTA, sodadietandnutrition.com. Or you can call 866-800-SOTA. That's 866-800-SODA right now. Join today and your partner joins for free. Soda, say it with me, Paulie, is state of the art.
Yes.
Yes, indeed. I'm loving how I'm feeling. Feeling light on my feet. We got some more sports to talk with you here on The Drive, and let's have some fun. We haven't had any fun today. Let's do a little set piece for you. We're coming out of a timeout. We're setting up a ball screen. We're dropping the ball low to Paulie, and it's time to put some people in the penthouse. And who's partying with Paulie, and who's going to be in the doghouse? Let's do it. I'm kind of still in the headline sounder.
All right, let's get it going here, as I'm going to go back to T-Mobile Arena from last night, as it's easy to go here. And not Brett Howden, who you might think who scored the 2 OT game-winning goal, but I'm going to go with the guy who had 3, probably should have had 4, and his coach said that as much in this quote. Big credit to Dory. I pushed him along the way, and a little bit as far as his plays, handled himself really well, and found a way to be a star tonight in a big game. He also was, in Game 3, dropped from the second line to the fourth line. So for a guy to respond like this, to have the first goal in the last game, to have 3 last night, he deserves to be in the penthouse.
Oh, yeah.
Pavel Dorofeev, welcome
yeah.
up, my friend, Mr. Scorofeev.
Yeah, he's over there having a little margarita with Pitbull right now.
That's right.
He's hanging with,
partying.
yeah, he's feeling good, but he can't
Caviar,
get
the whole bit.
Yeah, well, he's got to eat healthy, and he can't drink too much because
That's right.
he's got a big Game 6 at the Delta Center tomorrow night. But we'll let you have him last night up in the penthouse. But he's got more work to do. I thought Shea Theodore made an exceptional play inside the blue line. He skated it towards the net. He drew 2 defenders on him, and then when he dished that one to Dorofeev, he beats Veggie from in tight with his second goal. That tied it 2-2. I felt like that was like a momentum-swinging goal. And then, of course, the empty netter was the biggest goal of the night. So you think the first goal is important. The second goal, you're tied at 2. But then it's tie at 4-4 with 52 seconds left.
Yeah.
When you pulled your goalie at about the 140 mark.
Yes.
And Eichel put it on the net, and he got the rebound and rushed it in. That was the Hattie for Scorofeev.
A lot of hats flying. It took him a while to clear him from the ice.
All right, not joining Dorofeev in the penthouse is going to be Sean McVay. Here is what McVay had to say yesterday with Colin Cowherd on Fox on the Herd.
For you, Sean, it was an epiphany. You're like, guys, we got to get him. Was there a discussion or a moment in this? Because obviously at some point you guys clicked. When did you decide? A week out, 5 days out, 2 weeks out that, you know what, if he's available, we're getting him?
There wasn't that aha moment. There was a combination of the work. And the first thing, the most important thing for me and for us collectively is let the film guide our approach. So you study the film. You like a lot of the things that you can see in terms of playing the position, the translation of a lot of the things that we would ask to do that Coach Grubb asked him to do at Alabama, redirecting protections, activating 3, 5, and 7-step pass game, the movement, the play action, being able to make some things happen off schedule. So you like the body of work. You say, hey, this guy's got the potential to develop one day into what we would deem a possible starting quarterback.
The potential.
We got the MVP of the league who has been on a year-to-year basis. But the thing that we talked about, and really there wasn't any of those aha moments, the meeting that we had with him was part of the evaluation process, as was the tape, as was the vetting that our scouts and Les and a lot of people did, as with any other player. Once you then settle on that would be the direction that we go if he's there at 13, then you say, hey, let's sit down with our quarterback, make sure he understands why we're doing this. You articulate the thought process so that there's clarity and there's an understanding of the intent. And he was a total stud about it. And so that's really kind of how the trajectory of events went for us.
Yeah. Oh, BS. You're in the doghouse, and here's why. You drafted a guy that can't help you right now.
For several
and
years.
Matthew Stafford's window, the MVP of the NFL, is on your team at the position that you just drafted, number 13. Make it make sense, Sean. You can talk me in circles. You think he's going to be, you like the film? What, you like the 4-4 wide receivers he was throwing to and not very accurately? They were climbing the ladder to go get? Like, this is all about the future and stashing a guy with the 13th pick, which absolutely makes no sense. I think the Rams could have got him at 36. I think the Rams could have got him at 46 and moved up 46. If they would have wanted to. I don't think Ty Simpson was going in the top 20 to anybody else except for Sean McVay. Now, I give Sean a little bit of credit, and he can work his way out of the doghouse. If this guy becomes a Pro Bowl quarterback someday, okay, if he turns into a good or better version than Jordan Love when Green Bay stashed him and pissed Aaron Rodgers off, okay, he's a total stud about it. Of course, Matthew Stafford's not Aaron Rodgers. He's going to be a pro's pro. But do you think he likes you drafting a guy to stand on the sideline and hold his jockstrap when you could have got him a receiver? Puka doesn't come out of rehab on time.
His career ends in 2 years. The organization's got to look forward to the future.
Yeah, and this is a weak draft class. You could have done that next year.
Yeah, next year is going to be a better draft class.
Look, you can put him in the penthouse all you want, Paul. He is.
I'm not putting him in the penthouse. I'm just
disagreeing.
I'm disagreeing.
Yeah,
I don't agree with that. You know, I think that.
Yeah, you like a guy standing on the sideline really helping the team this year.
Was Jordan Love a bad pick
for that much money?
Yeah, I mean at the time probably.
Was it a bad pick?
Yeah, I thought Michael Penix was too.
Okay.
I'm going to stay consistent.
All right.
I'm going to stay consistent. Like, I know the quarterback, I've always said, is the most important position, so you do have that going for you, and I won't change that. You do have to have a quarterback, or you don't have a chance in the NFL.
I'm not saying Ty's going to be great or even good, but they had to plan for what Stafford's been talking about retiring the last 3 years with the back stuff and – you know, I know he had a great
39.
year. He won the MVP, but he's old. You know, you got to plan for the future. So I disagree. I think this is a fine, you know, they had to do what they had to do in the best interest of the organization.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. I absolutely love the pick, but I'm putting McVay in the doghouse. Prove me wrong, Sean. Prove me wrong. All right. You got anybody else you want out of the penthouse?
I don't think so. You know, you could probably throw Tortorella up there. I was wrong about him. I can definitely say that. I didn't think that he would get as much as he's gotten out of this team. He's squeezed every ounce of ability from this group. So, you know, they've really meshed with him. I thought Cassidy was a great coach. He won a cup, you know, but obviously the message has gone stale in the room. And Tortorella has gotten everything and more out of this group. So he goes up there with Pavel. So we'll throw him up there.
All right. I will throw the Live Golf Tour in the doghouse as well as my bonus ball here. Live Golf Tour The Saudi Arabia's public investment fund is now pulling its funding at the end of this season. They already canceled the New Orleans tournament that was set to debut this summer on the Live Golf Tour. They have now rushed quickly to establish a new board as it attempts to survive as a diversified multi-partner investment model. So now they got to go out and find investors and more sponsors and bankers and people that want ROI and hard money loan guys. Look, the PIF has invested more than $5 billion with a B dollars. They could have bought a professional sports team easily that might have got them a better ROI than the Live Golf Tour is. They are losing so much money every single year trying to rival the PGA Tour, and they are not funding the league beyond this year. And so Live Golf Tour, you better find a merger, or you better find some sponsors.
The whole tour. Wow, that's a lot of people in there.
It could just fold.
I'm throwing the. I mean, look, it's doing better than the UFL.
Yes.
But the ratings have not been good, Paulie. Nobody is mainstream diehard golf fans like myself are even. I don't watch that much Live Golf, and I like the team element. I like a little bit of a Ryder Cup feel. I like that they can wear shorts. They look a little goofy. Some of them need a tan, but I don't care. Give me more golf. But even me, a diehard golf guy, I'm not watching even 10% of the amount of Live Golf compared to 90% of the PGA Tour golf.
Yeah, it just doesn't have the same prestige. I think that a lot of people just value the golf at the PGA Tour.
And I love Bryson DeChambeau. I love John Rahm. I love. There's a couple of very likable guys on this tour.
But are you really caring if the Majestics beat the Black Aces? And I mean, no one cares about
Ryder
this.
Cup.
No one cares about the team element. It's something cool.
I think it's cool.
It's different.
I think it creates camaraderie, and even in the fourth round when you're 52nd, if you go shoot 500 or 600, you can get a bigger paycheck. I think as a player, I would like it.
I feel like the headline is normally the winner, and no one ever talks about what team won. They just talk about the individual that shot the best score.
Can you name a team on Live?
Yes, I said the Majestics. That's a team.
Name another one.
Something Aces.
The 4 Aces.
4 Aces, yeah.
My favorite? The Range Goats.
That's a good one. Yeah, they got some good ones.
Yeah. All right, Doghouse Penthouse. Brought to you today by our friends at Soda Diet and Nutrition. You join right now. Your partner joins for free. Soda is state of the art. Go to sodadietandnutrition.com and do what I'm doing and lose some pounds today. All right, got to take a break. Back in a flash. Oh, man, 4A baseball bracket coming up. We'll get into that a little bit more. Plus, today in sports, we are rolling through hour 2 on a Throwdown Thursday from the Finley Hyundai Studios. Yeah, again, we're pumping our guy Miles Jepson because he's a friend of the show. He's got his first ever concert at the Grafton Building. I mean, he's had concerts before. It's not his first ever concert, but it's his first ever concert out at the Washington County Fairgrounds. I think about 2,000 seats, and I'm hearing
and
it,
I think
it is
there's
sold
only
out.
a handful left. Yeah, I think just the ones we have left to give out.
Yeah, I think so. So if you want to send your daughters, you want to take your daughter on a date Saturday, the girls love Miles Jepson. Crimson Cliffs graduated there. I think is he a sophomore now at Utah Tech University? He's 19. Would he be a freshman? Anyway, he performed at the Fire and Ice. He's done a few little drops around town. This kid is ultra talented, rising star, and you could say, hey, I was one of the first to ever see him in St. George this Saturday night. Text in keyword green. His new album's called Green. That's why. And they want you to wear green to the concert, obviously. And that'll be Saturday night. Lillian Breeze opens at 7. John Dretta at 7:30, 7:40. I don't know what time. And then Miles probably around 8:30 or so. So you get three artists out there performing, and we got a pair of tickets to give away. So text in green to 435-990-9950. We've been giving a few on the phone. I think this is our last pair, if I'm not mistaken. We're going to get it on the text line, 435-990-9950. Take your daughter out to dinner and then go to a show with her. Have a blast. I probably will end up going with my daughter and her friends. I'll probably end up taking them because she can't drive. She's 14.
I am going with my two daughters.
Yeah, I think they're going to love it.
With Andy and Sam. Oh, they will. Yeah, they like his music too. So.
Yeah, and so come with me and Tara to the concert. You got to text in keyword green.
And we're in the pit.
4-3. Yeah, these pit access. These tickets we're giving away, they're not meet and greet. So sorry, but
there is a meet and greet, but
yeah, but they are early access, so you can get in early and you can go right to the pit. So if you want to get up close on the rail, you can. So these are early access pit pass seats or standing room seats, I guess it would be. 435-990-9950. 435-990-9950. Save the Fan Sports Network and that number in your phone, so you can always text us or you can always call us. Terry, I am kind of leaning Mammoth in Game 6.
I am too.
To force Game 7. Maybe it's wishful thinking because I'm thinking Sunday I might have to try to jettison down to Las Vegas for a playoff hockey game. I'm getting jelly of you and Paulie getting to all these games.
We get to go to all of them. Yeah.
Yeah. But family over everything. Obviously, my daughter had a soccer game last night, so I chose to do that. They won 3-1, by the way, if anybody was wondering, just so you know.
Yes, and Reese had a great game.
Yeah, she really did play well. Played well. Didn't score a goal. Had a nice setup that led to an assist on one of our goals and played all 80 minutes.
Wow.
So I love to see that. You can get tired. I got tired watching, I'll be honest.
That is a lot of running.
That's right. But man, Game 6 in the Delta Center going to be rocking. There's been watch parties all over Salt Lake City. We this first home playoff game wash party, they're going to have this, it's called the Seat Geek Plaza.
Yeah.
Right outside the Delta Center there.
Yes.
They're going to have a big watch party so fans can watch outside.
And it's
if you can't get inside.
Right. Yeah.
They're going to have DJ food, beverage offerings. Team's hype crew's going to be floating around. The team store is open to ticketed guests only, but they actually take a pop-up location out to the fans in the plaza. So if you haven't got your Mammoth gear yet, you can go to the watch.
Get it.
You know, all that stuff. And it's free to attend.
Yes. And it is fun. It's right downtown Salt Lake City. It's a great environment. It'll be fun.
I wonder what rooms at the Marriott across from the Delta Center will be going for like $1,000 a night.
At least, yes.
They're probably already sold out at this point in time.
Yeah.
So that we got that to look forward to. We'll talk a lot more about that matchup. If you missed the score last night, Knights for the second game in a row found a way in this time, not overtime, but double overtime. Both game 4 and 5, Knights win 5-4. They've been incredible games. This has been the best. Tara, we're biased. Knights in Vegas, in Mammoth, and Salt Lake. We're right in between in St. George for the most part.
Yeah.
But this has been the best series in the entire playoffs. There's not a better series than this.
That's gone to 2 overtimes and,
Yeah, it's been great.
Game 4 going to overtime. And I know last night was pivotal, but the way that Utah played And to take
They
it
didn't
to
play
overtime,
bad. They
no,
did
they
not
didn't
play
play
bad.
bad.
No.
And so to take it back to the Delta Center, I'm with you. I think the Mammoth are going to win this one. We're going to see Game 7.
And in a Game 7 scenario, anything can happen.
Anything. Yeah.
80% of the time when you're down 3-2, the team that's up 3-2 goes on to win the series in the history of the NHL. But you throw history aside. So you're saying there's a 20% chance, basically, 21.2 to be exact, that the Mammoth win 2 in a row.
Yeah.
And when you say it like that, it's like, hey, Mammoth's go win 2 in a row. I mean, that's not incomprehensible. It's not crazy talk. No.
Because you don't really take into account how they've played, right? So it's just kind of like a stat on the games won and lost, but you don't.
If they play like they played last night in the home arena, I think they win Game 6.
Yeah. And then they have won in Vegas too.
Yeah,
so
they did.
They can come back for Game 7. Like you said, Game 7, anything could happen.
Yep, they stole that tight one in Game 2.
Yep.
And then home ice grabbed back in Game 4 by the VGK. So they've won 2 in a row, but both, again, overtime and then double overtime. It's been a higher scoring series than I probably would have thought. I was thinking yesterday, I said on the show, I thought Knights 3-2 was my lean at home.
Yeah.
I thought we would have a little lower scoring.
Yeah.
It would be a little more physical. I think the game started physical. But then it got pretty free flowing. I thought both teams played incredible last night. And the Mammoth actually, for a good portion of the second, third, and overtime, played better than the Knights. Honestly, they just didn't win it on the final scoreboard.
Yeah. Well, that's
how it goes.
Yeah, that's the only thing that matters the final scoreboard. But
score matters. The other thing we're all fired up. We're gonna and look, the winner of this series. We've all kind of, me, Paul, and Tara, made it known like, hey, that's our team to go all the way. And we've talked till we're blue in the face about. A lot of people are excited about this rivalry, and I do think it is good for the rivalry, and you can't avoid it. But part of me, before when the series announced this, we were getting down the stretch of the regular season. I'm like, I don't want to see the Knights and Mammoth knock each other out. One of them knock each other out.
Especially first round, right?
Yeah.
We were thinking maybe
I wanted
second.
to be able to talk about bowl teams a little longer into May.
Exactly.
And that's not what we have happening, but we're getting a heck of a series right now.
Right.
Heck of a series.
We are entertained for sure.
The other big thing, again, I want to remind everybody, I'm excited. I'll be anchoring and hosting with Caden Formaster the 4A baseball bracket reveal show today. And TA, we've been covering all the baseball around town. We know how good Region 9 is. We get to see this region firsthand. We don't get to see Timpanogos except for, bracket play. We don't see Ridgeline or Provo or Park City or Bear River and some of these other good baseball 4A schools until bracket play over the years. But we know Region 9 is going to be tough to hold back from a state championship again, but we'll find out exactly what the road looks like and where everybody is slotted into the bracket today at 10 o'clock. So we're just a little over an hour away from unveiling that. And going to be exciting to see, how many teams get buys, how many teams get home games, and if anybody's traveling, all those things, what the matchups will be. I hope when the bracket comes out at 10 a.m. that we will have maybe I don't want to see any. I don't think we're gonna have any first round Region 9 head-to-head matchups. But next weekend I think it's probably unavoidable where we might have one, maybe even two, and then once you get to bracket play, even on a Monday, Tuesday, you're gonna run into Region 9 versus Region 9. It's just bound to happen. But I'm okay at that point. Once you get up to Kearns High School, I don't want to see. 3 teams in the same pot if it can be avoided. And everybody beat up on everybody, but the parity top to bottom in the region this year was, Hurricane won 0 region games last year. They won 2 this year.
Right.
Nobody went undefeated. Snow Canyon winning the Region 9 title outright, but they still had 2 losses and a couple other close wins where it could have went either way. So I think it's going to be, I think we're going to have at least 3 teams with buys. I think we're going to have, at least 2, maybe all 3 of the other teams, or 3 out of the other 4 teams hosting games this weekend. Starting tomorrow, I believe at 4 o'clock are scheduled best of 3 game 1s, and then you'll play probably 11 o'clock, and then if necessary, 30 minutes after that game concludes on Saturday.
I am interested to see, too, what Cedar can do because they were kind of voted last, but they came out and in region.
They were 5-0.
5-0, right. And then they kind of fell off a little bit, but there's some like black horse, the dark horse, that they could have a big run in region. And then I'm interested for Hurricane. And then, like you said, there's big targets on Snow Canyon and Crimson.
Yeah, I mean, they played for the state championship last year. Crimson winning the title again. You got some storylines with guys at Crimson, like Dougie Smith going for his 5th state champion as a high school student athlete. Dougie, come on, get a whole fistful.
It's like the whole rings, you know.
Yeah. McKay Wright, I think, ended his career with 4. Dougie has a chance to get to 5, if I'm not mistaken. And McKay was a great, baseball and football player over there.
Right.
I mean, they've had a lot of success in football and baseball and golf. And their boys volleyball team just won the Region 9 title.
Yeah. Yep.
So another good spring sports season for Crimson Cliffs. By the way, one other note on the Knights game last night. I didn't realize this, but that was the longest game in franchise history that the Mammoth played. And since they've been to Salt Lake, and granted, it's only 2 seasons.
Right.
That was the longest game they've ever played. Like all their overtime games never went to double overtime.
No.
And that if they did, they didn't go that deep. So that's something to note on that game last night. But they now face elimination. All right, final break. Come back. Big finish. Get you ready for the day in sports. We'll touch on the NBA games and the other hockey games on the slate today. And the show today brought to you by Wilkinson's House of Lighting, Coral Canyon, and One Health St. George. We'll be right back. on YouTube. Just search the Fan Sports Network and find the live tab. We are presented today by my good friends at Game Day Men's Health. Game Day Men's Health makes it easy for all the guys out there to look and feel and perform your best. They always offer free testosterone tests. You get your results back in 15 minutes. It's a man cave environment. So they got sports playing. You want a little muscle milk or you want a water, they got you covered at Game Day Men's Health. Free T test, results back quickly. You need to know your T levels. So get over there today. And when you go in for your free consultation and T test, they're going to give you for a limited time a free vitamin shot. And if you end up needing testosterone replacement therapy ongoing, and, you know, it boosts your energy levels for the gym, boost your testosterone for the bedroom, and you'll reclaim your game. They're going to give you a whole month of vitamin shots. You could choose from glutathione, vitamin D, vitamin B12, or any of the other great options they have. They do peptides. They've got, of course, sexual performance products and even a hair loss restoration. Like guys suffer from that. You know, you start thinning a little bit.
I'm suffering.
Yeah, me too. Game Day
Might be
Men's
going to Turkey.
435-265-4223. I'll give you that number one more time if you want to call for your free T-test. 435-265-4223. You can even text them and say, hey, I was listening to The Drive with Devin and the gang, and I heard about your free T-test. When can you fit me in? And then when the girls get into the office, they will get back to you, and they will find a time where you can come in and get your free T-test. Again, that number, you can text it right now, 435-265-4223. And they got some cool summer promotions coming. We'll let you know. But in the meantime, go take advantage of that free T-test at Game Day Men's Health. Final segment for us here on a Throwdown Thursday. We are 8 minutes away from the bracket reveal show. Or excuse me, a minute and 8.
An hour and
An
8.
hour and 8. I'm running on
a lot of calculations here.
I'm running on 3 hours sleep. Sorry.
You're on fumes too. Yes.
Yeah, soccer game 7:30 in Salt
You've done
Lake.
amazing.
Drove home last night.
I finally got my win back in the last segment here. I kind of got a little spunk, but you've had it all show.
I mean,
buddy.
I'm trying to bring the energy, but it was I didn't go to bed till 2:15 or so. By the time I got
loud
home.
on my headphones a little bit here this morning.
Right. Let's go. You're loud in mine too.
I know.
I think Tara got the most sleep last night.
Turn you guys down.
Yeah.
An hour and now 7 minutes away from the bracket reveal show. Kaden and I will get the privilege. KSL called and said, "Hey, will you guys unveil the brackets? We can't do it on at 10 a.m. on Thursday." We said, "Sure, we'll help you out." And so excited to find out who's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, who gets buys. 9 through 16 will host best of 3 pods.
Yeah.
And then 17 through 24 will be on the road, traveling away for these opening best of 3 series this weekend. So it's kind of a regional. And then next week's a super regional. Next week, they're Thursday, Friday, which gives you that Saturday, Sunday to kind of reset your pitching before you get up to bracket play for the top 8 teams. So we're going to go from 24, and then we're going to go down to 16, and then 8, and then the top 8 go to Kearns High School, May 11th through the 16th, and somebody's going to be...
Where legends are made, Kearns High School.
Dogpiling the pitchers round at Kearns High School by the railroad tracks in the west side.
Well, the railroad tracks.
The railroad
Do they
tracks,
really have those?
Right behind the outfield fence.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you are literally right on the railway there. There's no homes to hit. The only thing you can hit if you hit a bomb is the tracks or a train.
Yeah.
So I've been thinking about the choo-choo home run call.
Yeah, or some kind of runaway train reference. Runaway train.
He's running around the bases. He's off the tracks. It's a 3-run choo-choo. I don't know.
There you go. Look at that.
That's a D. This sounds better than my high-pitched
There we go.
choo-choo.
Maybe this one.
Ooh, that thing's carrying some coal.
Yeah,
that thing's
one's
burning some
one's
steam.
That one's burning. That's when you can hit it.
Have you guys ever been on one of those bullet trains? Everybody talks about going on like Europe and going on a bullet train. I've never been on a bullet train.
No.
The only train I think I've been on is the one little thing at Christmas in Park City where you sit on a little train and it takes you around.
Yeah.
You know the one I'm talking about?
Yeah.
It's like a tourist
I
attraction.
think I've heard of this.
That's the
from
only
you.
train I've ever been on in my life.
The Polar Express.
Yeah.
It's fun.
That is the only train I've ever been on. Have you ever been on a train before?
Yes.
Really?
Amtrak, Union Station.
Okay.
College days, you were thumbing on the
Thumbing on the
No,
train? I don't think you
yeah,
can
he
thumb on the
wasn't
train. What, hop
wasn't
on
a
a moving
vagabond,
train?
like-
boxcar hopping.
Yes. Like when it slows down for a minute, I start sprinting for it.
Yeah, can you imagine that?
Boxcar
Running
Polly.
and jumping up.
I
like,
can't jump. I
I don't
can't
think
run.
that would be.
Wait a
It'd
minute.
be
I
hard.
don't think anybody could. That'd be crazy.
There has been reports out of Las Vegas PD that you jumped a fence for the Weezer concert in Las Vegas. So don't say you can't jump.
Yeah.
Show flew by. You guys are great. We love you.
No, we're not done.
We got to go to the end.
Yep.
Oh, I looked up.
Oh, we got to go to the
Well,
end.
that's fine. I thought we had
I
one.
was
you sound
confused.
disappointed.
I was maintenance
Paulie
last
took a
segment.
15-minute break, so
Yeah,
he's
load
confused a little
management.
bit.
Load management. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Where was I? Okay, 10 o'clock. Bracket. Any bold guesses?
Yes.
Paulie, on the bracket reveal?
Snow Canyon will be 1. Desert Hills will be 2. Timpanogos might slide into that 3 spot.
They beat Orem 6-2 in their last game.
Crimson just lost that heartbreaker to Pineview, so that doesn't help their analytics for the RPI.
Unless it puts them on the other side of the bracket from Snow Canyon, which if they slid, it could.
Yeah.
Just depends if they slide 1 spot, 2 spots, or stay the same. I mean, we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting.
If I'm Crimson, do I want to be on the other side? Do I want to see Snow Canyon late? Yeah. If I'm Snow Canyon, do I want Crimson in the same side as mine? No. I don't think. I mean, they probably wouldn't tell you that. They say we don't care. It'll take them as they come. You know, this coach speak 101.
Got to beat the best
But
teams.
look,
to be
those were the 2
champs.
best teams at the end of the year last year, and they're both having really good seasons. Crimson's record is misleading because of that Bishop Gorman tournament. They have not lost a game to a team with a losing record. So all the losses they have, which is kind of stacked up, they are against good teams.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would say
Especially
so.
that tournament. Like you said, they were all top 25 in the nation. So that was a tough tournament. And talking to Coach Abbott and stuff about it, and Kyle Boyer, he said, man, if we can just come away with a few of these wins, like we are stacked. We're doing good.
Yeah. Yeah, and I feel like, they're getting healthier. They've had some injuries. They've got some depth.
Yeah.
Is their staff better than Snow Canyon staff? I'm not so sure. I mean, Snow Canyon's the region champs. I'm going to give them some credit. Trent Chris has really come on. Zach Beck has had his moments where he looks just like a star. You've got Kale over there, who's good.
He's good.
And then they got other guys like McGavero can come in and pitch.
Hanson. They got
Trayvon can come in and pitch.
They got guys.
Yeah. Yep. And I don't want to count D Hills out of this whole thing because, with Skeen, a healthy Skeen, 13 home runs this year, sensational stuff.
Yeah.
Tied the region record with most home runs ever.
Yeah, that's impressive.
Austin Smith, Pineview High School, about 10 years ago, hit 13. I think Hagen Reed 3 years ago, was it 2 or 3 years ago, hit a 9, was the tops in the region. So 13, that's doing something, man.
That's a new mark. Yeah, that's a high mark for sure.
And he just signed on Tuesday, made it official, even though we've known he was going to the University of Air Force. Good show. All right, show recap. A lot on the Knights in Mammoth because we had a thrilling overtime, double overtime, 5-4 game last night.
That's right. That was amazing.
Paulie was there firsthand for that. Tara's going to Game 6 up at the Delta Center tomorrow night. Yes. We'll have playoff baseball games tomorrow. We just don't know what the matchups will be until 10 a.m. today, but after the bracket reveal show, we will get those matchups out and we will set the broadcast schedule. We'll probably have a double header tomorrow at 4 o'clock on the Fan and streaming on the fansportsnetwork.com and KSLSports.com, home for all the postseason baseball. And then what else? We had a little bit on the NBA playoff games, had a couple terrific games last night. Rockets stave off elimination. Pistons likewise get a much needed win to stay in that series with Orlando. Cleveland takes a 3-2 lead. What else? We ran down the Crimson Cliff signing day. There was 16 kids that signed at Crimson. A huge signing day over there at the Cliffs. What else? It's been fun.
Yeah.
Thanks to our show sponsors. Thank you for making us part of your day. For Paulie, for Tara, I'm Devin. Tune in 10 a.m. KSLSports.com. See ya.